All right. Where's my camera? The fuck? Oh, I turned it off. All right. All right, all right. So, unless something crazy happened in like the 2 minutes that I didn't watch of Tom and or Zoom and Brino Machino's match, then I believe Team Zoom lost. Yeah, Team Zoom did lose, which means the playoffs are set. There's nothing that any of the remaining 2 games can change. Brino Machino's 1 seed. They were going to be 1 seed regardless of the match outcome. Aggie and CBD are 2 seed. And Catalystz and Puppery are 3 seed. And that is the whole... That is everything that's set. There's nothing that can change. But I guess while we're waiting, we're just gonna go practice a little bit. 'Cause why not? Okay, what are we looking at? That's spike balls. Gotta love spike balls. Alright, fuck it, we'll send it. Okay, that's a bit loud. I'm gonna turn that down. Hold on, did the randomizer get updated? I think the randomizer got updated. Hold on, I have to check this right quick. The spike face did not say -1, right? Oh, no, they did. All right, never mind. All right, so that's still working the way that it was working. Well, let's go Greft to Sound. That's a good idea. That's not a stagger? Wait, what the fuck do you mean I got hit? What? That was crazy. I staggered him and then he just like fucking fell on me to hit me? Sick. Interesting. Let's go do Tree Sentinel, because why not? I guess I should get in the lobby. Oh, hold on. I should definitely I need to fix my Stream Deck Discord plugin. Or maybe it just works now. Let me see. Alright, it does not work. How do I reinstall it? That is the question. Let me see if I can figure it out. Plugins. Okay, Discord. Uninstall it. Yes. Alright, there we go. Okay. Now we go here and reinstall the Discord plugin. Oh, what the fuck is this? Why is it not just integrated into the goddamn... Oh, Jesus, man. Why are you like this? Why do I have to sign in to get this stupid fucking plugin, dude? Creating an account. I don't want to fucking create an... I don't know what my account is, bro. Oh my god. Please. Oh no. Maybe it's my Twitch account. Maybe that's what I... Oh, brother. Alright, fucking whatever. I'll sign up for your stupid fucking shit. Please, just give me... Give me my shit, brother. Oh, yes, of course. Now I need to verify the email. Of course I do. Obviously, this is very necessary. Oh, dear God. I don't know why this couldn't just be integrated into the fucking software, brother. But hey, here we are. Bro, where is it? Give me the Discord plugin. Oh my god. This is crazy. Open in Stream Deck. Is this not a new enough version? Okay, there we go. Took you fucking forever. Oh, okay. All right. Authorize, please. Merry Christmas, please. All right, it works. There we go. Everything's fucking working. Now, if I hit my foot pedal, I can see if I'm muted or not without needing to open Discord. All right, there we go. Beautiful. Get out of my face. I don't want to do that shit again. Speedrun the Discord terms, that's right. Are you bald? Yeah, I'm bald. Was she mauling at something that isn't the game or chat? It's the standard bushy experience. Wait, why is my fucking foot pedal not working now? Oh my god. Alright, let's just fucking pause. That was too early. Jump. Here we go. I rolled too early. Fuck you. That's not a stagger? Ain't no way that isn't a stagger. Jesus. Oh, I don't have a horse. Alright, now why is my foot pedal not working? Okay, it works when I click into Discord. It works when I click into bingo. It does not work when I click into OBS. Who fucking knows why? I guess it doesn't matter if it doesn't work when I click into OBS. Because I'm not going to be previewing OBS while in Discord. Oopsie.
And I can also that you're not. Then why? I am Carl.
Yo, Bushy. What's up, dude?
What's up, Josh?
Howdy, gamer.
Ready for our mathematically irrelevant game?
Yes, sir. I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, bingo is fun.
Yeah. It's lower stakes this time.
Yeah. Still thousands of people ready to make fun of you, but hey, we can ignore that, right?
Yeah, I don't. Whatever, dude. Who cares? If I had like stage fright, that'd be a super fucked up thing to say. But I don't. I'm actually like totally chill with that part of it, thankfully.
I think streaming has like kind of broken me socially to the point where
absolutely, dude. We're all broken.
I'm still like socially awkward and like one-on-one conversations I'm not great at, but fuck, I can speak in front of a group really easily.
It's funny how that works. Bro, what do I do when Sanguine Noble dipshit just decides to stand around? Oh, never mind, he's gone. I think there's nothing I can do in that situation. I think I just wait.
Do you do the one where you like, because there's two different spots to stand. Do you stand in the one that you can like kind of walk out of, right?
No.
Oh, you do the one that you have to like commit to and jump down?
Yeah.
I like that one better. I haven't had a whole lot of problems with it.
I think it's safer for sure. But it does have issues if he decides to just chill. But I mean, it's pretty rare that he does that, so.
Narius do be Nariusing.
I realized that, I think my biggest weakness with bingo so far up to this point has been just like, I haven't really been taking into consideration like geographic synergies between squares, and mostly I've just been looking at like, you know, literal synergies, like hard synergies, I guess.
Yeah.
So I did a bunch of like just practice on board reading before this match, just to like get a, you know, better familiarize myself with like reading the board based on regions.
Yeah, this season I've felt strategically not good.
It's so much harder than before, like to craft strategies.
Yeah. I've been catching myself just not doing like the most valuable strategic tech that there is, and I'm just not doing it because I'm doing like more basic shit all the time.
Yeah.
Because the basic shit is more difficult, particularly when you're losing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm not sure I really like how the points for bingos ended up playing out. I initially was a big proponent of it. Like it seemed like it would add a lot, but I think I wasn't accounting for what it would take away. I was only accounting for what it would add. And
what do you think it like took away from?
It takes away counterplay, or a large portion of counterplay. Like when you're behind, and it makes it really difficult to make your opponents do anything.
Yeah, it just forces you into blocking the bingo. So it just means that instead of the game ending right away, it ends a little bit later than it would. Yeah, I see what you mean.
I mean, there in the other seasons, there was a point in the game in which it was kind of like, all right, shit, I'm really losing. I just need to do what they're doing, but faster. And by the time you're there, like the game's essentially lost. It's technically possible to win, but it's essentially lost at that point. But that point in this current season comes a lot sooner in the game. Like if you're down like 2 squares, you're probably at that point.
Unless you get like really lucky with board generation, but you can also get really unlucky with board generation and you're just fucking done.
Mm-hmm. Because that would only happen when like all of the opponent's bingos would get blocked in the previous 2 seasons. At that point, it would be, all right, shit, I just need to snipe everything.
Yeah.
But now it's if you're down by a little bit, you're at, all right, shit, I just need to snipe everything.
Yeah.
Although the benefits of the point system is it does make close games have more like interesting things to do. But also, I guess I'm not sure that close games needed more interesting things to do. They were already interesting.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, what the fuck was that? Overall, I think like I've enjoyed this season more than I've enjoyed previous seasons because I just think it's like I think the novelty is like pretty sick.
Yeah, I mean the new experience, the randomizer particularly. You didn't play season 2, but the randomizer particularly is a huge boost for just making every individual game feel much more different and entertaining and like procedural.
Yeah, I also like, I think I like how the balance between somber and smithing has worked out for the most part.
Yeah, I agree, absolutely.
I do think that like some of the squares, like I think that the boards, you know, it's bingo and it's random inherently, so like balancing that is insanely difficult.
Yeah,
but I think like the board
there's
balance,
some squares that are designed that are just complete RNG messes.
Yeah.
Ranala.
Yeah. A Geel +0.
Yeah, I think I actually think a Geel +0 is a more random square than some of the early game rush squares that were removed. Like, consumables only.
Yeah. But I mean, I think that a Geel +0 is a little, the way it's worked out strategically is kind of interesting because most of the time, both teams aren't going for no torrent at Geel +0. It's usually like one person might go for it, and then the other person is like, okay, I'm gonna go get torrent, see if they do it, and if they haven't claimed it yet, then I'll go for it. Because like a Geel +0 is just such a fucking liability if you go for it without torrent.
Yeah, I mean, it's an awkward fight for sure. I'm also not a huge fan of, I also gave this feedback last season, but I'm not a huge fan of Remembrance Boss incants and sorceries only, and bows only. Although I think bows only got removed.
Nah, bow only's still there. I got it on a practice board.
haven't seen it, I guess. But those are really RNG dependent with the randomizer.
Yes.
Just because of the limited resource of how much damage you can do. You make up with all of the other kill remembrance boss with X thing by just, you know, not sucking. But if you're limited by FP or arrows, then...
Yeah, very true. I did figure out earlier with Radon, if you are going for bow only Radon, which typically you wouldn't, but if you are, you need to get the rod arrows from Lake of Rod.
Yeah, I haven't routed anything for that square. Or for the new season. I mean, for season 2, it was poison arrows if you really needed them from the Dragon Barrow Merchant.
That might still be worth getting, honestly. Just so you can afford to, like, miss some arrows. But if you're going against, like, it's probably better to just do it against Godric. But I happened to get a board where it was like, I had Nepheli Lu Godric, so I had to do it on Radon.
Yeah, I don't think you ever plan on doing a Remembrance only square on Radon, but you just sometimes get forced into it.
Yeah.
Alright, whatever. Game is too loud, brother. I just turned it down a whole lot. Oh. That's strange. That's very strange. I don't know why my GoXLR isn't... I don't know why my GoXLR isn't controlling my Discord audio or my OBS audio. Why is that working? Why is that working like that? Did some settings get fucked around? Why is this working like this? Should not be working like this. Alright. Oh, Jesus. The display port fuckery is happening again. Alright, hold on. Let me go back here. All right. We are red. Okay. Okay. All right. What? Where the fuck are my save files? Alright. I don't know. I ain't gonna question it. I need to switch over to that. Alright. And now we wait. Let's go pull up Domo's stream so that we can see when we're about to get going. No, I'm not on the Steam account from yesterday. I have no idea how to change the team name in the bingo board. And I'm sure you can figure it out. I'm sure you can logically deduce. Dandy Matt, thank you for the prime. I appreciate it. Do I all know anyone streamers who play ER with mouse and keyboard? I think speedrunners do. But mouse and keyboard kind of just feel shit, so like most people don't. Domo does not use mouse and keyboard. That was a nice knuckle crack. I'm jealous. I've got a really cracky body. I can crack all 3 joints in all 10 fingers. I can crack my wrists. Oh yeah, very nice. I can crack my elbows. Oh, I got a little one there. You probably didn't hear it. I also got a little one there. Can crack my spine, my neck, my knees, my ankles. I can even crack my hips, which is kind of fucking crazy. Enjoy the arthritis before 40. Studies have been done on cracking knuckles and whether or not it causes arthritis. And I don't believe they found anything conclusive. Proven not to cause it. All right, well that's even more definitive than not finding anything conclusive. Streamer wonders why his chat maintains he's like 50 years old. Yeah, dude. Krigabert, thank you for the gift subs. Skelia, thank you for the tier 1. And Kriegerber with the tier 1 as well. Thank you. Source chatter. Twitch chat is definitive. No, I'm not gonna go digging through fucking research papers right now, chats. You listen, guys. You can't come to me and say, "Oh, one Twitch chatter said that it causes arthritis, but another Twitch chatter said that it doesn't cause arthritis. Second Twitch chatter is wrong. First Twitch chatter is right." Source, trust me. Do you not see that you're doing the same fucking thing? You're doing the same thing, chats.
Hello.
Hello, Josh Areno.
Yo, Puppery and Kata.
Hello.
Hi.
And Bushy.
Hi, guys.
And
Hello, what's
Bushy.
Congratulations on making playoffs.
Why?
Yeah, kind of a underwhelming way, but
It's kind of weird, but yeah.
thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
I think you guys are gonna do good.
Oh yeah.
Gonna try.
Y'all have improved so much ever since Kata got a PC. Y'all could actually practice at the same time.
True. Yeah. Quite the journey.
Yeah.
Yo, hello players, hello players.
Hello.
Dom.
How's it going, guys?
Good.
It's
How are you,
good.
mate?
I'm all right, dude. I'm all right. Just kind of like improving because I forgot. Glance did tell me he's not here today. I forgot that he wasn't here, so I'm just kind of improving a little bit, but it works out. It's all good. It's nice to just pop in and talk to you guys for a little bit, you know.
Awesome.
Very nice. Yeah, we were kind of waiting for Glance to join the lobby to join, and we were like, he's not here. So,
Yeah. It's all me at this point. But no worries at all. As everyone looks like they're ready. They have the tree spear and the Highland axe.
That's correct.
So that is awesome. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and move back down.
It's the great axe, no? Not the Highland axe?
No, that's a Highland, is it not?
it's an axe.
It's a great axe for me. I just want to make sure we're on the same
Oh, it looks
seed.
like
It's a great axe.
I thought,
Okay.
I thought it was Island as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
Same.
it looks very similar. Okay, sounds good. Well, I'm gonna move down, and the game should start in the next 5 seconds here. All right,
All right.
I'll move you
Okay.
guys
You're
into your channels.
Cool.
Yeah. Awesome. Cool. Well, good
Alright.
luck, guys.
Yep, good luck.
everyone.
Good luck, Cattery. We will crush them
Oh, hell yeah.
into dust.
All right, bye, chat. You're getting closed. Bye.
Bye, chat. Bye. Getting right into it. Okay. Nice.
Millicent Invader. Raya's Hand.
Yeah.
Spirit Ash +4. Imbued Sword Keys on middle is not the fastest, but it's not exactly slow either. Soldier of
There's some
Godric,
Urania
Bare Fist
going
only.
on here. Spirit Ash +4. Knights Calves is on the board. Oh god. I kind of have to do it, dude. Unfortunately it's not the greatest position unless we want to do column 5.
Which is not crazy.
Column. It's actually a pretty fast column, like with the exception of the incants.
Yeah, it's
not
poison
like 30
armament on the Confessor, so that's not going to help for that.
There's Kaled bosses, and Radon could be important. Is there any underground? No, but there's BBK, so there's synergy there. Radon's great rune though, so Radon plus Kaled bosses plus BBK is kind of important.
There is Serpent Bone Blade. It takes a lot of stats though. Not a lot of great weapons here.
Okay. So there's some Liurnia, and there's some Kaled. Just looking at like the actual synergies, like geographic synergies. I feel like Kaled is way more important. There's like Raya's Hand. There's Alta's plateau bosses.
Yep.
So that synergizes with Raya's hand a little bit, I guess.
Tibias kind of works there. Wormface. There's good Altus.
Okay, so Altus and Kaled feel like the two most important like regions on this board. To me, I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd agree.
Rib Rake is usable. I think there's bleed on that.
Yeah, really shitty stats.
Wow,
There
these
is
weapon choices are not great,
staves
huh?
on the board, so like prisoner's kind of a consideration, I think, for the demi-human
Yeah.
queen staff.
Yeah.
I think I might just rock that. It's got 13
It's a
int
decent
as
int
well.
start, yeah, as well. Yeah.
So I can plan on going for both of those squares.
God, I feel like I just maybe start. I mean, 8 vigor sucks.
All right, we are about to
10
start here.
seconds.
Okay, as far as rushes go, I think I'm gonna go Soldier of Godric Barefist only. Do you want to try Millicent or Rise Hand or Spirit Ash or Tunnels? You could also rush Imbued Sword Keys.
I think that Puppery is going to do Rise Hand. I think I will go. I think I'll do Imbued Keys. I don't know if
Okay.
it's right, but it's center square.
Yeah,
it builds
I mean, it works well with
map
Soldier of
presence.
God Barefist only.
Yeah.
Assuming I get it. I feel like I might be racing Kata for this one, but I will try.
It says Barbaric Roar on it? What the fuck? That's gross. Is there any Liurnia on this board? There is Remembrance Boss with Remembrance Weapon, but Renala is terrible when it comes to getting a Remembrance Weapon, right?
It's a
Is it, like,
guaranteed
always
staff.
Yeah, it's guaranteed staff, which is good for staves.
Yeah, it's a slow staff.
Yeah.
If that's the reason to go for it, you probably just get stabs and do something
Does it
else.
also give a weapon, or does it give a spell? It gives a weapon, right?
I think it gives a random remembrance item. It could be a spell or a weapon.
Okay.
I think. It might be a guaranteed spell. That remembrance did just get updated because it was doing some fuck shit.
Yeah. It could be, if it can give if it's a random remembrance spell, it could very well be an incant that could be usable on Remembrance Boss incant only for Godric.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's
Oh,
guaranteed.
incant and Remembrance Weapon only.
Yep.
That would be kind of crazy. This feels like a decent setup board. I don't know.
Man, what the fuck is going on here? Why am I not getting strafes there?
Okay, so for blue keys, we do. Here. Oops, this way. Scar Seals as well.
I never count Scar Seals as an early square for some reason. I don't know why. I always miss it.
It's not crazy fast, but it's like easy to do in the early game without any upgrades.
Alright, I doubt I was racing on that. That was not the fastest.
Yeah, I'm guessing we'll see a Raya's hand mark pretty soon.
Yeah, Kata did Millicent. If we don't see Raya's hand, I would maybe bet... I think Kata's going to chain this into Spirit Ash +4. If we don't see Raya's hand, I think Pup might be going Imbued Sword Keys.
Possibly, yeah. There's no, like, tops, is there? No.
I guess there's also tunnels, which is kind of a setup square.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That would be a very good square to go for early.
I'm just deciding what I do next. Because I'm going to be behind on whatever I choose to go for if one of them is already going for it.
Tunnels is nice because if you lose it, you still get stuff out of it.
Yeah, true. True.
I guess I'm going to light this just in case.
Kata could also chain Millicent into Imbued Sword Keys because of Celia.
I don't think that would give him any advantage over me.
Oh yeah, you'll be ahead of him for sure. Yeah. I'm just trying to walk through his thought process, maybe.
Yeah.
But I think Spirit Ash +4 is more likely out of him. Although then again, I think we do Spirit Ash +4 earlier than most other teams. All right, there's the tunnels. So,
okay. If you want to go Raya's hand right now, that gives us really good advantage on Altus bosses.
I can give it a try. I'm going to be a little bit behind though because I just got to Torrent Grace.
Okay. Yeah, if Cat is going for it, you'll lose it, but.
Have they, sir? But you, I can play turning root to aid you. You need own to the foot. Then summon me. Ah, I bequeath. Some torrent. Treat him with.
Of course, I missed the skip. Oh, god damn it.
I also don't have the runes here. I started with stone swords.
Hello, it's rather my mistress. But I was a. Could I ask that thug only if you've brought a blessing? The thug should please stop, brave tarnished.
Alternatively, you could just set up and while you're setting up, if you want to, you could get the 30 int, but that's kind of a rough square to get early.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be that competitive this early on.
There it is.
Okay, so that Kata did Rise Hand. I'm gonna do Spirit Dash. Oh no, he set up fuck it. I know Kata loves setting shit up, dude.
He shouldn't have any like weapon set up anything. I think he went straight for Rise Hand after Millicent, honestly.
You think so? I mean, I am immediately running for Spirit Dash +4 here.
Okay.
I just have a feeling I might be behind, but also I've caused myself problems in the past by giving my opponents too much credit and giving them too much space. But also this seems like a very Kata maneuver.
In gate front, there's Darkmoon Greatsword, which is really good for that 30 int.
Oh yeah, that's actually super compelling. Okay, I'm gonna go Spirit Dash +4, and then I will race 30 int.
Okay. I didn't pick up any extra runes, damn.
That's a good check. It's a very good check.
I only have enough runes to get +3 here. Maybe I should have just done Red Wolf +0.
You're gonna be ahead on imbued sword keys anyway.
I had enough for +5. Okay, we need to kill Radon very, very soon as well. Because of that column too.
Yeah, that's a problem. I'm also gonna run into another rune issue here. Unless there's like convenient runes on the way to the Weeping Catacomb. I don't think there is though.
Oh, I died. That's unfortunate. Okay, it's a greedy R1, I guess.
Was there bleed weapons to start with on this seed?
I have a Knight Rider flail.
Okay. It's a lot of setup for a bleed weapon, but maybe they could do it low upgrade level. Do Radon low upgrade level.
Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna grab the Glovewort. And then I'm gonna go for 30 int first, and while I'm doing that, I'll get the runes to upgrade the Spirit Ash. I hope I'm just not racing the Spirit Ash at this point.
Okay. Bro, this weapon is trash. Holy shit.
Scar Seals. I should have advantage on staves at some point.
Okay.
It's 38 int for...
Yes.
Okay. But so I'll just get 30 and then do int tier.
Yeah.
Although that requires physic. But, yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Red Wolf dead.
Damn. I was racing it. Yeah, it's fair enough. I think he did the exact same play that I did, just a little slower,
Yeah.
or just a little faster. All right, well, that's tough.
Yeah.
There's actually not a whole lot I could have done about this, other than like change my starting class, I guess. I guess I had a bad first square selection.
Yeah. Well, we still have a potential. I mean, if you can get Radon down.
Yeah, I mean, I need to do a whole bunch of setup to do that. My only wieldable weapon is going to be this Dark Moon Greatsword. And wieldable is in quotes. But yeah, I mean, I can give it a shot. I'm pretty sure that's the idea that they're going to see right now too, though.
I'm about to get my last imbued Stonesword key.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we can potentially push the row 3. That's what we need to bank on, which easier said than done.
Hello, Torrent? There's 3.
Nice. I'm on my way to EG. I'll get a +4. I'll have to get the physic, but then I'll be able to wield the weapon, and then I can go for Radon.
Okay.
I'm gonna go for Mimic Tier before Radon's Great Rune, I think. I imagine they're gonna have the same idea, but like we're already desperate here, so
yeah, I think that's the play for sure.
I guess because of levels, Magic Pot could make sense.
I presume. Oh, I am an old soul here, perhaps you.
I think I might start working on Tibia Mariners and Sacred Flask Chargers at the same time.
Okay.
Or I could do 3 Night Scabs. But that's not doing anything for us. It's just a bunch of runes, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, I think we push this bingo. Okay, I need to go get Physic. If I can win this Radon idea, which I will be honest, seems unlikely, then we can start pushing for a win. The Stav square is going to be really key. But I'm just going to hope that nobody's going for it yet. Because I need to do Radon first.
Yeah, I'm going to check Weeping Merchant really quick. See if I can get a better weapon. Grab the Grace for Knights Calves in the future. Okay, yeah, that's not a good... It's very much not a good merchant. Excellent.
I guess this third Church Grace is nice for getting underground.
Yeah. Yeah, it can be.
So maybe my route isn't completely fucking ridiculous here.
I need money, so I will go to Halo Tree. I don't have anything I can put Sacred Blade on, which kind of blows. I guess I'm just fighting him straight up.
I believe.
24 decks. Yeah, I should have gone to Radon like early this game, I think. Just with the flail.
I mean, I'm going at him with a +4 right now, so we'll see. I'm also gonna have, I believe I have enough int to not need Golden Vow. Oh, I need to let another Alt Disgrace. Alright, best Alt Disgrace to get would be, I don't know.
Whichever one is going to get you closer to an Altus boss.
Yeah,
So
I guess Wormface.
on this.
Yeah, yep. Wormface is the Grace that makes sense.
Yeah. So I'm going to go Tibias now. Four decks.
All right. Well, I'm getting the Grace anyway.
Yeah.
That's making me question if I should go for Stavs first. Because I started with one. I think I will go for Stavs first.
Okay.
At this point, a bit of a guess, but need to guess correctly.
Oh shit, is it actually farther up? Yeah, it's right here. How did you fucking hit me?
So I think I'm going to get the 2 from Kaled, the 1 on top of Selin, the 1 from the Liurnia Merchant, and then I'm going to kill Topes. I think that's what I'll do.
You ever get Radon down?
Nope. I decided to do staves first.
Okay.
I do have the portal open and a +4 weapon ready to go though, so it's a very cata play to threaten the column 2 and then go do a different bingo. That is absolutely what Cata loves doing.
We still want that mimic tier consumables only though.
Oh, I agree. I think staves first is more important.
Okay. It's probably faster to go from here.
But like I said, it is a guess.
Wrong anyways.
At the end of the day, we need to guess what they're doing and do it before them. Which is a shitty spot to be in, but I feel more confident about what I'm doing right now.
You're surprised no matter why don't. Oh, but don't.
I wonder if we could pivot into column 3. Because you have third church. EBK goes down like super quickly with the sword you have.
I mean, we're still gonna want to do Radon, I think.
Up is gonna have advantage on talismans. But it seems like she might be working on Altus bosses, which means she could be going Tibias.
I'm going to my last staff right now.
You there? Could you help us out, Cully?
Nice calves.
Okay.
One of those is an Altus. Catalystz marked 30 int 13 minutes ago.
He's probably going for Mimic Tier then. Maybe. Or, I mean, I guess he could be doing stabs, but... Nice, good job.
Yeah, I'm gonna hope they went for stabs. I am making the Radon play now.
Did I remember to show the enemy felled text there? I hope so.
I just need to do a hitless Radon. How hard could it be?
You got it.
Champions! Welcome! The stars have aligned! The festival...
Is there a way up there? Doesn't look like it. I'm gonna pick up third church in case I end up going for BBK.
Okay.
Grabbing it on my way to my third tibia.
Sure, I like it.
Kata could just be on like Kaled bosses.
Bro, can you phase transition, please?
Yes, fucking chill, dude.
Nice.
Had a death route now too for talismans.
For talismans.
Yeah, 10 talismans is column 3, row 1.
How does a death root get you a talisman?
Gronk.
That's a seal.
Right? Oh yeah, sorry, brain. They're called different things in like DS3.
Yeah,
and
hey, we learned this lesson in game 1, Josh.
We sure did. Why'd they have to fucking change the name?
I got Radon dead, by the way.
Nice.
I'm gonna go for magic pot kill on Mimic Tier here in a second.
That makes sense. You got the int. I'm just doing Sacred Flask +7 now.
Okay. There is also the 10 flask flask charges. I feel like that should be the one that gets priority put on it.
Okay.
Rather than the column 3.
I just know that Pup has advantage on that because she's in Altus. She's been all over Altus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we need to be getting a bingo.
There's a lot of talisman synergy with Sacred Flask +7.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're going in two opposite directions if you do column 3 and then I do Mimic Tier consumables only, but I kind of have to do consumables only because of the
column 2.
Yeah. All right. Well,
yeah.
Column 3 it is then.
Yeah.
I need to rush to Radon's Great Rune.
Yes. I won't be surprised if he prepped a Grace there, though.
He probably did, but nonetheless, I need to go for it. Let's pop on Leonine.
Probably picked up a talisman on the way there. She's got Scar Seals. She may do talismans next.
I'm not sure we have the luxury of choosing here. I think we just have to push the bingo.
Get my Sacred Flasks and then try to win talismans afterwards.
Yeah.
already got that one.
Immediately after Radon's Great Rune, I'm gonna go BBK.
That seems like a great call. Fire's Deadly Sin. That's bad. Kind of thinking about incant checks as well.
Sure.
Just like as I'm doing this.
I have like no vig, and I didn't light any graces because I think I'm racing this. Oh boy.
Just didn't need to drop down. I've got 4, so I need to grab these 2, and then I'll get my last one in Altus. I've got 15k runes at Church of Inhibition. I don't know if I got that grace though, actually.
Yeah. All right.
Gotta win the BBK.
I mean, yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Probably rushing Puppery or racing Puppery for this square.
BBK,
She's probably
you
been
mean?
working on it. Nah, for Sacred Flask +7. She last marked Leonine.
Yeah, weeping stuff does kind of indicate Sacred Flask.
I have one more to get in Altus. Should have done weeping last, because I got an extra load screen because of it. So if I lose by a load screen, then it mattered. +7.
Fighting BBK right now.
Alright, I'm gonna try to do talismans then.
I rolled too early, god damn it. All right. I will try again. right, fucking sick, dude. Got memed by BBK.
Dude, I got the worst fucking BBK meme ever like 2 days ago, where like he moved in a certain way during one of his attacks, and it pushed me up off the ground, so I couldn't dodge because I was in midair, and then he killed me with the attack. He was so fucked up. I hate that boss so much.
I hate the arena. I don't actually mind the moveset.
Definitely.
The arena is fucking horrendous.
Yeah, it's really, really bad. Got 7 talismans. Gonna do Bofa. Then after that, I'm kind of... The remaining 3 are gonna be kind of slow.
Did you get the round table ones?
I got the round table ones. I got the Limgrave ones. Like Axe Talisman and the Sacrificial Twig. I got Radagon Scar Seal. How am I getting this priest? I don't need this. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
I can go for like Blessed Dew Talisman.
Alright, I got the BBK.
Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can you think of one talisman? I guess I could do Marcus Scar Seal. It's kind of slow, but
The one next to the Tibia Mariner, the Turtle Talisman.
oh, Turtle Talisman. Yes, thank you. That's so much faster.
I'm gonna. I mean, not that it really matters at this point, but I'm gonna go get +6 and then go for Graven Ghost Glove Wart Bell Bearings. Yeah, there it is.
All right, there we go. GG's.
Yep, not a great showing by us, but it is what it is. All right. Just waiting for the post-match now.
Hello. What a match 5 for both of you. GG's to Team Catter for taking the dub, 15 to 6.
Thank you, GG.
Thank you.
GG's.
Well played, guys.
GG.
Interesting board. for Team Cattery, what was the initial approach? You guys did rush the Millicent and I believe the tunnels right away. Was the column 2, row 2 kind of bingo line always kind of in your sights? What was the plan, please?
Well, it's a center square that takes some time, right? So we figured that's probably not worth trying to go for, because other than that, there's not that much in the academy. So like, even if you manage to get into the academy and get a good lead on the imbued keys, you don't know what your opponents, like what their progress on imbued keys is. So it's like hard to actually gauge how much ahead you are there. So we tried to not go for the academy play and instead try to pick up some of the early squares. I was fairly surprised after the Soldier of Gojik Barefist only. And so I was thinking maybe they will try to like sneak in the row 3. And so that's why I decided to like go for Raya's Hand after Millicent, after also prepping the +4 summon a little bit. And Millicent and +4 summon works slightly because you don't need to warp, right? Once you kill Millicent, you can go to the Catacomb, so you save a little bit of time on the warp time. And for Pup, the obvious play was the tunnels, because like the starting weapons weren't that great. So it's one of the plays that you can do pretty fast. And then once I managed to get Rayas, we were like, okay, well now there's 2 Radan squares here and Remembrance with Remembrance, so everything is connected. So we just try to kind of play for that.
Gotcha. Okay, and for Team Joe W. Bush here, rushing the Soldier of Gojik Barefist only into the imbued sword keys. I'm assuming you guys are kind of eyeballing that row 3. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean,
row 3, column 3.
Our opening idea was just bad retrospectively, and it's so hard to make comebacks in this version of bingo.
Yeah.
What was your initial idea? Obviously taking care of Rick Fist only, but then what else was going on in your heads for that beginning?
So I started with a not so great starting class, as you guys probably noticed, with the idea of having a lead on both int and stavs. Which definitely saved me some time on the stavs. Barely missed the int square as well as the Spirit Ash square, but that's kind of just unfortunate timing. Yeah, like pretty much after the opening, we were behind enough to the point where it was kind of just desperation, and desperation in this format is desperately trying to snipe squares rather than like trying to push your own bingo. So, yeah, I mean, it was just really tough after the opening.
Yeah, I mean, like straight away we saw like there's Altus synergy and there's Caelid synergy, and we, ideally we want to do something about that, and we weren't fast enough to capitalize on it.
Gotcha. Okay, and when it came to the whole Mimic Tier and Radon Great Rune Restoration, you had a little bit of a coin toss there, Bushy, and you decided to go for the Mimic Tier first. Rather than restoring Radon's Great Rune. I'm assuming it was just to try and push that row 3 a little bit more. Yeah, okay.
Again, at that point, like, I knew that I was probably behind on Mimic Tier consumable only, but I also knew that we were losing by a lot. So it was kind of just hope Kata has an incident, or Pup. I don't think I knew who was going for it at that point, but hope they have an incident and we end up making a comeback by threatening a bingo and blocking their bingo simultaneously. Like, we didn't have the luxury of making a less than optimistic play there, right?
Right. Yeah, I think at some point, when it was like 6-1 in squares, we're like, okay, row 3 is kind of like their golden line to get them back into the game. Like, you kind of have to really bulldoze that as much as you can to, get those points back up. So it was definitely a tough position. I think especially for this board, it was a tough position to kind of get back after, having a bit of a square deficit. So yeah, I definitely understand that. It's definitely tough for sure. But it still was well played from both of you, from both teams. It was still very, very fun to watch. It was really cool to see Darkmoon Greatsword in action. So that was really, really nice. For Team Cattery, by the way, if, for example, the column 2 was blocked and you didn't have that much of a lead, was there anything else that maybe you're eyeballing? Was row 1 or column 1 still maybe an option for you guys, or would you at that point just go for scatter shots, just go for whatever is the fastest?
I mean, I think we would have just mostly gone for whatever is fastest, but I did already have, for example, 4 talismans as well and some Altus boss things, and Kata was thinking about doing Halictree Medallion at some point, so our column 1 could have also still worked out as well, because Kata had some Altus, Kaled bosses already, or at least Radan, and some access to, I don't know if he took the Grace in the Shade or not.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, so pretty good map progression for that. But honestly, I think we probably would have just gone for whatever feels fastest, or that at that point we feel we have priority to just secure the squares.
Gotcha. Okay. Doctor, you got anything for the teams as well, by the way?
You know, I was gonna ask about the Soldier of Godric play at the very beginning, and then the only other thing that I was wondering about was when it got down to the end there, who was fighting BBK?
That was me.
When you were fighting BBK, what made you decide to go for BBK at that precise moment? I know, like you were saying, it started feeling like desperation plays near the end. But like, was that just sort of like, did you feel like BBK is something that I can do fairly quickly, or did you feel like that was like kind of the only play you had at that point?
I mean, Remembrance boss with Remembrance weapon is obviously also there, but like, to be honest, at that point, like game was over. But before then, it was like I was trying to make desperation plays that, if they worked out, would have won the game. But like at that point, like the game was too far gone. But the idea with it was, yeah, it should or could theoretically be decently fast, at least when terrain incidents don't happen.
Yeah.
Rough.
And it also pushes a bingo line. It was like generally the idea, but yeah, I mean at that point, like there wasn't very many good options remaining.
Sure.
That is super fair.
Yeah, makes sense.
So that is also the last match, I believe, for Joe W. Bush. I believe Team Cattery now is kind of locking their spot in for seed number 3 in the top 3, unless I'm mistaken, but I'm pretty sure off the top of the head. So for Team Joe W. Bush, this is your final match. Any closing statements? You're allowed to, say whatever you're working on in the future. Anything about the league or whatever. Just overall, the floor is yours. Talk about whatever you like, and go ahead. Sorry.
You want to go first, Josh?
Go ahead.
Okay, I'll go. Yeah, thank you, Domo. I had fun, even though I did way worse this season, but still, bingo's still a fun format. So thanks for inviting me. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, same here. I very much appreciate the opportunity to join in and have a lot of fun with a bunch of really awesome competitors. I mean, I've been doing a lot of practice with everybody in the during the weeks, and it's been great to get to know everybody better, and it's been a lot of fun, and it's been a great way for me to come back into streaming again after taking kind of a little bit of a break for a little bit, and I'm very happy to be back, and probably gonna get back into some challenge runs and speed runs again. So yeah, I'm very excited for that, and just thanks for kind of spearheading that and allowing me to join in on the fun this season. It was fucking awesome. Sorry, it was freaking awesome.
No, you're good. No worries, dude. I was gonna say I was really happy that both of you guys were able to play, and definitely one of the points that you guys are both making is I think this season was very much about like bringing the community closer, bringing as many people as we could to participate and play against each other and just like get to know each other more too. Maybe it sounds a little cheesy, but I do think that it does kind of strengthen everyone's communities. I think someone said it the other day, which I thought was really nice, which was a rising tide raises all boats kind of a thing. And I think that kind of like works here for everyone involved. And I just really appreciate everyone, taking the time to participate and learning things and showcasing their skills. It's really, really fun to watch. So thanks again, Bushy and Josh for playing this season. I really do appreciate it.
It was a pleasure, man.
Yeah, no worries. And with that being said, Team Cattery, GG's and locking in that 3rd seed spot. It'll be very, very exciting to watch you guys next week in the semifinals. So that'd be very, very interesting. And I believe you'll be facing Team Monkey Ballers in that regard. So that's already kind of locked in place. So it'll be very, very fun to watch. So GG's again to both teams. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.
Thank you very
thank
much,
you, Domo.
dude. Guys, GG's. Have a good one.
GG's, congrats.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
All right.
Yo.
Well, congrats, guys. I will. I assume you might do some analysis, but it was fun playing.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys. It was a lot of fun. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Yeah, you too. All right, dude. Losing doesn't feel good, but bingo is still fun. All right. I got a couple closing thoughts, but I'll get you guys off to Domo's stream here in a second to watch the third and final match of the weekend. So I saw one of you guys mention the Monkey Ballers comeback. If I'm being fair, I didn't analyze that game super closely. However, it is very difficult to look at the board state and properly analyze who is winning or losing. There is many board states in which you can have less squares but be winning the game, or have less points and be winning the game. It's not, if you're strictly counting the squares and determining who's winning based off of that, you are being a bit disingenuous. So that my only point there being, you can't just say, there was a big square comeback and therefore it is possible to come back in the format. Like, obviously, of course it's possible. It's just a whole lot less possible. Kata looked for a Somber for 15 minutes in that game and found none, so had to, in the game that we just played? Really? Wow. Yeah, so the point being there, it requires a little bit more analysis. And from what I recall, CBD, when they were down by a whole lot of squares, CBD had a massive character development lead. And like, yeah, a massive character development lead in a board that needs big character development. Like, it, from an analytical perspective, it's difficult to call that a comeback. Like I said, I haven't looked at it that closely, but like that's just something that's not getting accounted for. If someone does their development first and they end up behind on squares, and somebody does their development later and then the squares get evened up, was anyone ever really ahead or behind, right? Like, that's not really, like, calling it a comeback is incorrect. So that's just something to keep in mind. So yeah, conceptually, the points format definitely allows for less comebacks. And that's, I don't mean to be saying this as an excuse. Like, I straight up did not play very good this season. Granted, the rules, the format of this season is, it's worse for me. It plays towards the strengths of other players more so than it plays towards the strengths of me. The combination of 1st to 13 and points for bingos makes, like, strategic novelties much less relevant or powerful, which I think that was what I was the strongest at. I think that's what carried me to the playoffs in last season. This season, it's much more about getting an early lead and more or less just maintaining it. And I'm just not as good at that, right? I also didn't practice as much. I also wasn't as into it. So, like, I personally was bad. Nonetheless, I still don't prefer the format. Retrospectively, I advocated for the format. That's not to say that anybody like made a mistake by making the format this way. I advocated for the format. I thought it would be interesting, but retrospectively, I don't prefer it. Both because I think it's less entertaining and because obviously I'm biased because I'm not as good at it, right? But I think a lot of the players that are good at it would also be saying similar things here. Do you think this change is fun for viewers too? Yeah, sure. You gotta be. This is a poor argument. You don't want to change for the sake of change. If you can change and make a side grade, that's good. If you can change and make an upgrade, that's good. If you change and make a downgrade, well, that's not necessarily good. Right? Like, you can't just say change good, therefore always change. That's a useless philosophy. CBD clearly felt the same last season, but this season he was on fire, so everyone will like different formats. Well, yeah, of course. I'm biased. I want to be clear, guys. I am biased because I am worse at this. But also, I have a logical reason for not liking it as well. Like, this isn't strictly a feel thing for me. Right? Again, logical reason after experiencing it. Because I also thought I was going to enjoy the new format more, but I didn't. I didn't know until I tried it, but so no one's fault, right? Okay, I had one more thing to say. Oh, as far as I guess this is something that I will share with Domo, but I was brewing up this idea. And I don't know, I feel like it's actually kind of reasonable, but I was thinking from a game design perspective of bingo, what is the most fun? Like, how do you design bingo games to be the most fun? And in my opinion, it's like novel synergies and strategies between squares and routes and shit. I think it's most entertaining strategically when there's not just a bunch of rush squares that are entirely disconnected. Go do this objective, then go do this objective, then go do this objective. That's less interesting than do this objective, get a couple graces that lead into the next objective, get a couple graces, get a couple items, when they merge together and do new novel strategic things. So with that in mind, I was trying to think how exactly you optimize for this. And I thought that randomizing both the squares and the count on the squares could be interesting, because it's going to change the sequencing at which you do squares and change the synergies with which you do squares. Like, if you have to do 2 knights calves instead of 3 knights calves, that changes how fast the square is and what synergies you potentially go for with it. If you have to do fucking 4 tunnels instead of 2 tunnels, that changes the speed of it, and it also changes what synergies you can develop with it. And my reasoning behind this was I was just noticing so much optimization to the point where, at least in like a 1v1 format, so much optimization to the point where the possibilities of what to do became so narrow that it more or less was just an early game race into a little bit of mid game variety into an end game race. But I think if every board has different counts on the objectives, it's going to make that optimization less prevalent. And it's also going to make some squares a little bit more interesting because, for example, let me pull up one of the objectives that I can think of. Some objectives, the count that they have on them makes it so that there's only one viable way to complete them. Whereas other objectives, with the count that they have on them, there's multiple different ways that you can go about completing them. Let me see if I can come up with an example here. I did have one, I just don't remember it off of the top of my head. I guess ritual pots. Ritual pots is a pretty good example here, right? When you do ritual pots, you get the 2 from Jarberg, you get the 1 from Rhea, you get the 1 from Laskier, you get the 1 from Dragon Barrow. You technically can get 1 from Padilla, but I don't think anyone does that. I don't think anybody does that. So if you randomize the count, there's going to be situations where you either get pushed into really, really unoptimal bad squares. Like if you had to do 6 ritual pots, you would have to go to Padilla, right? I like that 2v2 made the matches faster. I'm pretty sure the graces are what made the matches faster. Like I think 2v2 contributed, like absolutely, but the graces made the matches way, way, way faster. I feel like the graces are the larger contributing factor here. Okay, anyway, my point being here, if you randomize the count, it'll change which squares have, okay, you must do these 4 things or these 5 things or these 6 things. It changes them to, okay, you get to choose 2 out of 4 things or 2 out of 5 things or 3 out of 6 things, right? And you can choose with which synergies you want to pursue of those 3, 4, 5, 6 things, right? And it's just more interesting strategically on top of introducing more novelty. So I think it would be a good addition. But also I haven't tested it. But conceptually, I like how it sounds. Spirit Ash +7. Yeah, things like that. Like that, there would just be so much more variance and like timing out the squares. It turns every game. Like, it brings bingo closer to approximating a strategy game like chess. It brings it closer to that, to where there's enough novelty to the point where you can't just, like, prep a whole game. Which I think is a step in the right direction. 2v2, obviously, it adds a level of complexity, which is a good thing. It also adds an element of toxicity, which is not a good thing. And there's also a balancing issue, which is also not a good thing. Overall, I feel like 2v2 is a net negative. But I'm not super opinionated on it, I guess. Don't you think there should be a randomized weight to the squares? Like if a square is characterized as super rushable, there could be only 3 or 4 and so on? I don't think so. I don't think homogenizing boards is a good idea. I don't think making every game have the same general flow is a good idea. There should be rush boards, there should be prep boards, there should be mid-game boards. I don't know why you would want to homogenize the boards. I don't think that's a good thing. And if by weighting you're talking about applying different point values to different squares, that's an absolutely terrible idea. The point values of the squares is the time to complete them, the difficulty to complete them, the synergy that you gain from them, and the square positioning on the board for bingo threats. That's what the point value is. If you assign extra point values and try to make every square equal value, it's a fool's errand. It ruins the process of bingo, because if you do it correctly, every line becomes equally as viable, and there's no stress, there's no tension, there's no key square that must be claimed. There's, you go for your idea, I go for my idea, let's see who guessed right. Right? There needs to be value disparity of the squares. If there isn't value disparity, then you can't guess what your opponent is doing. You can't read into their thought process, because if every square is equally as viable, well, which square are they going for? If every square is equally as viable, which square do you go for? Like, it's it's pointless. That was the problem when lines meant nothing. Well, lines meaning nothing stepped towards that issue. Squares still had differing values, so you could still, there was still guidance as to what to go for. It's just there was much less to consider. There was what's fast and what's slow. And I guess what has synergy. Whereas when bingo lines have value, there's more to consider, and there's more of a guiding force. There's more to read into. And yeah, I mean, as everyone that watched those games noticed, when there's less guiding force, it's not as entertaining. It doesn't work as well. Anyway, I held you guys for a little bit too long here. I'm gonna get you off to Domo's channel. Oh wait, no, it hasn't started yet. All right, sick. Okay, we got time. I don't have to cut this off early. I have to say the thing I dislike the most is that the matches are no longer best out of 3. They weren't best out of 3 last season either. I suggested making the matches best out of 3. I didn't really know how you practically did it. The playoffs are best out of 3 though. So I don't really blame Domo for not figuring out a way how to do best out of 3, but yes, in any strategy game where luck is involved, you need to utilize the law of large numbers for the sake of mitigating randomness's effect on the games. So like if this was to turn into like a proper esport, which I doubt it, but if it was, that would need to be solved in some sort of way. Best of ones are not going to do a very good job of measuring who the better team is, particularly if the skill is close, right? That's not to say that I would have won games if it was best out of 3s. Like I said, I fucking sucked this season, right? Wouldn't have mattered for me. But if the skill is closer, the better team is going to lose a decent portion of the time in best of ones. What about total points over 2 out of 3 games? That seems like a very bad idea. Total points is a bad measure of who is winning and who is losing. Because as I said, if you strictly look at square count and point count and determine who's winning based off of that, you are not taking everything into account. You aren't taking into account character progress. You aren't taking into account map progress. You aren't taking into account synergy. You aren't taking into account anything that is necessary to properly determine who's winning other than point count. Maybe just make it double round robin. That could work, right? I think that could work. I don't see why that couldn't work. Double round robin, it would just be everyone plays every other team twice, rather than everyone plays every other team once. No, seamless co-op is far too buggy to do anything competitive in. How come team balancing is an issue in duo, but in solo there's differing skill levels there too? That's a fair question. But it's... I guess it kind of depends on your life philosophy. But I think a lot of people would have more of an issue with individually being good, but as a group being bad. Or being worse. Or individually also being worse, but as a group being like okay. I guess if you're like more group minded, you like I guess a lot of Eastern cultures tend to be a little bit more group minded. Like this may seem just strange to you. But it can certainly seem unfair to it can seem unfair to have players that are good not perform well because as a group they're bad. And that's not the case for me. I fucking sucked, okay? Josh did good. I ain't talking shit. That's not the I'm not sending any subliminal messaging here. I'm just analyzing the differences between 2v2 and 1v1. I think it comes down to the fact that team pairing is arbitrary and individual skill isn't. Yeah. Like, okay, let's just run a hypothetical here. This is not representative of the real world, okay? But let's just say, like, Gino and Chris got put on the same team. Gino and Aggie. Goddamn super team. And then they go on to Stomp, right? Like, I feel like the teams that played against them would feel as if that's just unfair. Like, some people are naturally just more casual about it, and some people are naturally more serious about it. Like, I guess in, like, a professional context, we don't really bat an eye at teams, but I think that's because everyone is assuming that every single player is going to take every single thing as seriously as they possibly can. If you're a professional football player, professional soccer player, and you're, like, getting lazy about it, you aren't going to be on the team anymore. Right? If you aren't taking it serious, you aren't going to be playing anymore. Whereas in this context, like, that's not so much like, are we seriously going to tell like every single player that they need to be only practicing bingo and can't be doing anything else. They can't go to their day job. They can't they can't do other Elden Ring related things. Like Tom can't go be his cancer researcher. I can't go make other challenge. Like, is that the expectation that we're going to set? Because if it is, I guess it makes the team aspect like inherently more balanced. You know, like at that point, it's okay. Every single person is as committed. It's a measure of who is the best. But when there's a disparity of commitment, forming teams becomes a little bit more difficult. And that's not to say that I committed more. In fact, I committed less than Josh did. If anything, I am the shitty teammate here, okay? I am not sending subliminal messaging. Tom can't go and save lives. I can't sit around and play video games. I wasn't implying that my job is equally as valuable as Tom's. That's not what I was fucking doing. I was saying you can't expect players to only take bingo seriously and nothing else. A lot of the time, super teams don't work, even though individual players might. Yeah, I get it. I understand. Team chemistry is a skill all on its own. I get it. That's obviously evidenced by this season with Team Monkey Ballers. Aggie and CBD did very poorly in season 2, and they're doing very good in season 3. So there is something more than just individual skill. But let's not pretend like individual skill doesn't play into it. All right. Next match is starting. I hope I got my point across. Let's go raid Domo. Watch the final match of round robin. Thank you guys for watching. I hope I answered any questions and entertained. It was not a very entertaining match, to be honest with you, but I hope you guys liked it anyway. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Let's go raid Domo.